Hey guys, what's going on? Mcoc here, and today we're going to be talking about my newly rank 3 Overseer. This guy is my first ever rank 3 as a 7-star, so I'm pretty excited about that. For those of you guys who have watched my channel previously, or longtime viewers, you guys know that I've been pretty big on Overseer ever since I got him as a 6-star. He was my first ever rank 4. He was not my first ever rank 5 because I got a mutant 4 to 5 gem, and that was Bishop as my first rank 5. So it's really cool to have Overseer be my first ever 7-star rank 3. It worked out perfectly. I got a Science 2 to 3 gem from Necropolis, and yeah, it was just awesome. So I've just been trying to gather some content to make a cool video for you guys just to showcase what he can do at 7-star rank 3, signature level 20. So we're not going to go into Realm of Legends this video. Gauntlet Dr. Doom is going to be our punching bag. Funny enough, I never thought I'd be going into Gauntlet for just a damage showcase, but it works out perfectly because Dr. Doom he's got like I think 650,000 health here, and the nodes are set up perfectly for Overseer to succeed here. It's nothing that's going to amplify his damage. It's going to be a good showcase. So what we did here was just ramp up to 3 bars of power with 6 gamma power, baited a special 1 from Dr. Doom so he's below a bar of power when we launch the special 3, and parried before. So now this medium attack will push him over a bar of power, granting us the Fury buff, which means we get into the damage phase right away. We use our Striker into a heavy to get this guy taunted and bait the special 2, and now we just do the normal Overseer stuff. You do as many light attacks as you can to get the massive burst of damage. We're getting like 16,000, that's 17,000 right there actually, burst damage on our light attacks. Get a partial dex here on the special 2, and then one more loop of this, medium, light will close this fight out. So I thought that was pretty solid. Overseer, he's pretty good. He's got a lot of damage. Next up, we're getting into Battlegrounds. So if you guys know how I do my showcases, usually we start with just a damage showcase, then we go into Battlegrounds, then we go into War, and then we go into story content. So this meta specifically is amazing for Overseer, and I'm surprised that he hasn't been getting like auto banned every single match I play, but it's okay. I'm not going to complain. Overseer is my top champ. I mean, not really because of like ascensions and stuff, but in terms of raw power level, he is my number 1. And I would expect people to ban him, but I will be glad if they don't. So, Overseer generally is one of my favorite Hulkling counters because Hulkling has a lot of ability power rate gain. When you strike him and he gains a buff, he will gain power, meaning he's just gaining power more and more frequently than other champions, and then that allows you to build up your gamma power faster than normal, and Overseer's abilities ramp based off of gamma power. So the special 2 Disorient gets stronger based on how much gamma power you have, so you can get into a full shutdown of Hulkling if you don't kill him before you actually get to see it. So that's why he's one of my favorite Hulkling counters. Next up, we're going for this Ascended Absorbing Man. So I tried to keep in as many videos as possible that were like rank 5 defenders or rank 5 Ascended or higher, which is like 7-star rank 2, 7-star rank 3. But Ascended Absorbing Man, this is one of the toughest defenders in the game, I would assume. For a while, I believe this dude was one of the like hardest defenders to fight. I know a lot of people at like the tippy top level of Battlegrounds would say, oh no, he's fine. But I think for a majority of the player base, they struggled with Absorbing Man for a long while. And, rightfully so. He's got a great defensive kit. Props to my buddy Daddy Longlegs who made him. But Overseer is great for him because you could line up the form cancellation with your heavy punish on his specials to put him in no form, and then you could just finish him out like this. So that was an Ascended Absorbing Man in 54 seconds, and we actually lost there because I forgot the Force of Will node turned a Tuma into a potato. So it is what it is. Next up, we have a 7-star rank 2 Dragon Man. This is my buddy Karate Mike's Dragon Man. I think I try to get kind of fancy here. I realized that blocking the special 1 and getting that ineptitude on us is not that great because it will reduce the potency of our Fury buff, if I remember correctly, and We really don't want him doing that, so we want to try to remove that power charge by just parrying him, not blocking a special attack. But we have 6 gamma power, and now we're just going to start cooking. Striker mana is full. We have a bar of power. Right here we bait the special 1 out of Dragon Man. I'm not sure why, but we can just go in, close with the striker here, and then do a special 1. We're already just under a bar of power, so we can just close out the fight. If we didn't there, like let's say that was a rank 3 Dragon Man, we could use a special 1, then another combo, and that would have closed him out. That's the beauty of Overseer, is that his damage, once you get him like ramped and going, he's very hard to stop. Next up we have, I think this is just a rank 5 Rintra. It's not ascended. But this match is not the greatest for Overseer because of the neutralize. There's a 65% chance for Rintra to neutralize you for 3 seconds. So that could prevent you from getting the massive Fury buff when you enter Cosmic mode. So that's just something to keep in mind here. But there are ways for you to trigger an immunity that would trigger the Fury buff while you don't have the neutralize on you. So the nodes here will try to nullify, and that is a way to trigger an immunity which will give you the Fury buff. So right here we're just going to try to bait out right there. See, he gained 2 bars of power, and that was that allowed us to get the Fury buff through the neutralize. But you know, it's not a BMcG fight if I don't eat a special 1 from an unstoppable and unblockable Rintra, but barely took any damage. And yeah, that's Rintra in 59 seconds, so pretty solid there in my opinion. Next up we have Mike's rank 3 America Chavez. I cannot stand fighting her. Her AI is horrible. She just loves to spam heavy attacks, and that's just not a good time. So we want to get in here and not have her do that, but that's fine. We could punish that with a heavy attack to get the taunt active, to get her to start throwing these special 1s. Right there, I shouldn't have dashed at her, so I could have gotten that regen and then forced her to, you know, fail to nullify and allow us to ramp faster. But now she's just punching the air, trying to, you know, I don't know what she's trying to do. I don't know why the AI loves to throw heavy attacks in the air, but we've got 5 gamma now, so now we could just dex in the special 1. That gives us 6, and now we can just close this out. We don't have to care about anything else. I'm actually going to bait a heavy attack from her and punish it, you know, preemptively, so she gets the orange parallel, the utopian parallel. But now we could just close out this fight, and yeah, 1 more light attack, 2 more light attacks, and she's gone. But Red Skull's kind of OP now, so he beat my Domino faster than I was able to beat America Chavez. But next up we have Mike's rank 2 Sasquatch. This is one of the hardest defenders in the game solely due to his health pool. Even a rank 2 Sasquatch is very hard to kill. I know a lot of people who have taken their Sasquatch to rank 3, and for me that's like an instant ban. That's just, it's too good of a defender. Right there we eat a combo. It's not going to be a problem because we can get that regen buff from the node, and Sasquatch isn't going to be able to nullify it, but we just need to bait the special 2 out of him. We get that regen, so now we're going to start regenerating our health back, and now we can just start nuking Sasquatch. We need this guy to go into Wrath because right now he's reducing our damage by quite a bit, but we're going to go in here with the special 1 and then just do a couple hits. Sadly, he is not triggering Wrath. If he triggered Wrath, this fight would be over significantly faster because we'd be baiting specials, punishing them for retaliation, and we wouldn't have our damage reduced. But that's still 57 seconds against a rank 2 Sasquatch, so there's not much you can do to complain about there. There's not much to complain about there. Next up we have some random rank 2 Hulk. This is in the latest Gladiator circuit meta where there's the buffet over time, so you can do what I'm doing here and trigger the precision from Dex, have that fail to be nullified, and then get to 6 gamma power before they even hit a bar of power, which is just nuts. And then you're fully ramped before either champ gets a bar of power. We have the heavy attack for the taunt, so we just bait a special easily, and now Hulk's gonna get killed before he can even go unstoppable, which is awesome. Hulk is actually a sneaky defender because his unstoppable is quite annoying and he could stall you out, but I thought that was pretty solid for, you know, not being an unstoppable counter. Next up we have Jessica Jones, and this is in the same buffet over time meta. So this will allow us to ramp faster than we normally would. If this was a higher ranked Jessica, I still think it would work, but this would only work in this specific meta. This kind of style of playing Overseer is not going to work in like normal content because you're not going to be able to ramp fast enough and access your damage quickly enough. Right there we get the special 2 out of her, which means now we can just finish out the fight normally. We don't want to use special 1s from here on out. We just want to use the striker for our stun, like our opening. And there, she's gone in I think 38 seconds. So I do think we would have been fine against a higher ranked Jessica Jones because I think that was a rank 4. Next up we have an Ascended Blade. I think this dude thought he had me trapped because I only had science attackers left, but Overseer is one of the most versatile science attackers in the game because he does not rely on debuffs. He relies on buffs, which is kind of weird for the science class, and that's kind of why I love Overseer so much, because in areas where other science champs might fail, Overseer will usually shine. So yeah, he doesn't have many weaknesses because you can't nullify, you can't stagger, you can't fate seal any of his buffs, and his buffs are his main source of damage. And then his debuffs that he places are just utility. There are special concussions that reduce the opponent's ability accuracy during special attacks, and then he's also got the disorient and the stuns, and he doesn't need any of that to access maximum damage. Next up we have one of my favorite fights from the victory track. This is an Ascended Dr. Doom. So this is one of the tougher defenders in the game. This dude came out I think in like 2018, and he's been a meta relevant defender for so long, which is just hysterical. But Dr. Doom is a great, or Overseer is a great counter to Dr. Doom, because anytime you dash in and punish a special 1 after dexing it, you are ramping Overseer by Mystic Dispersion taking place and giving Dr. Doom power. So it just supercharges Overseer. So a lot of champs that are science like really don't like Mystic Dispersion triggering because it could hinder their flow. Overseer just ramps from it, which I just think it's awesome. Overseer is one of my favorite champ designs. Next up we have some Alliance War. This is a 6-star rank 5 Ebony Maw. I can't tell if this is Ascended or not, but this is the Scared Stiff, Power Focus 2, and I think it's the Bubble Shield. Yeah, Bubble Shield. So Overseer for a while used to be my favorite counter here, and then Mike got Titania, and Titania is just the better option all around. But I still love this fight with Overseer. Even though I make some mistakes and get hit, it's perfectly fine. These Alliance War fights are non-boosted because these were in the off season, so just something to keep in mind for those who might be like, oh, it's Alliance War, you're usually max boosted. These are not max boosted, so we get a slick little light intercept there, and then we get the striker, and then we close out with a couple light attacks. So really nasty damage there. I thought that was pretty solid. 42 seconds for a 6-star rank 5 Ebony Maw. Next up we have a 6-star rank 5 Kindred on path 8. So a little disclaimer here. This Kindred is running the recoil tree, but I'm going to explain to you guys why it doesn't exactly matter here. Yes, the bleed is doing quite a bit of damage, but the way Overseer works is once he's ramped and he's in cosmic mode and you're cycling special 1s and doing, 5-hit combos and maximizing the burst damage, whether the defender has high health or low health, it really doesn't matter because you're just going to keep nuking the opponent. Right there we have the auto block come in clutch, and we just keep baiting heavy attacks, and we just keep punishing this guy. He's got the outbreak on us, and we close with the special 1 there. So if this guy wasn't running recoil, I think it would have taken a little bit longer. I would have lost like 20% health, but I still think it would have been perfectly fine and something I actually would assign in war. But next we get to my favorite part of the video, which is story content. And story content has a lot of nodes, and nodes can amplify your character. You can either play into them and counter them perfectly, or find a champ that gets stronger from them. So story content is one of my favorite forms of content in the game. So this is, I think, in Act 8, early Act 8, I think it might be Act 8 Chapter 1. But every time you're close to the defender, they will try to stagger you, and Overseer is immune to stagger. So my previous 7-star Overseer showcases, he was unawakened. So now he is awakened, and I want to showcase how powerful that awakened ability is. So we're going to start where he's immune to something happening, pretty frequently. I'm not going to play into the weapon nodes very much here because I don't want to amplify the damage. I just want this to be like a true showcase of him countering a stagger node. So that was Iron Fist down in I think 50 something seconds. Next up we have Venom on the same path, and he is just gonna try to stagger us. That's why we're having that immune pop up and then the gamma power show up. So that's why I'm hitting block as well and playing slow. You guys will see I'm slowing down my combo. I ate a little combo there, but now we're at 6 gamma, so I can just go in, drop the special 1, and start cooking. So I think we don't go with the heavy attack. I thought we would go with the heavy attack. Yeah, we go with it right here because we want this guy to throw his special attack, but we just block the special 2 there. Not a big deal. And we will close it out with a special 1. I believe we're going to do a 5-hit combo into a striker, and then 5-hit combo into special 1. Strikers really changed Overseer. It's nuts because you could do this kind of stuff and it's just crazy. And if he didn't die there, we would have had another special 1 there. So the damage, just uninterrupted damage, is just insane with Overseer here. I didn't mean to actually trigger that weapon node and put it on cooldown. I thought you had to punish their heavy with a heavy, but I guess not. But this fight specifically this fight, not only are we immune to the staggers that Mephisto is trying to place on us from the node, Mephisto has the incineration aura, which causes him to gain passive power over time, which is great for Overseer because it helps him stay ramped and helps him ramp in the beginning. But we get a heavy off there to taunt him. He throws the special 2, and we go in, punish with a 5-hit combo into a striker, and 1 more light attack closes it out. So fun stuff there. And I think that is the end of this showcase in that node. Next up we have this fun one. This starts with Dragon Man. I skip 2 of the defenders and I go to the harder ones. But essentially this is rise to power. So I wanted to show you guys why Overseer's really good against power gain, because every time the opponent gains a bar of power or an ability fails due to immunity or ability accuracy reduction, he gains a gamma power. So the easiest way to access this in most fights is the opponent gaining power. So normally that happens through you punching them and them gaining it through combat power rate. But with Dragon Man here, when I am trying to specifically knock him down, block bait some attacks so he gains a bunch of power, you guys are seeing that I am fully ramped and I am ready to start just going to town and nuking this guy. It's really cool. I love that Overseer wants the opponent to gain power and he wants them to try to nullify him. It's fun design in my opinion. But yeah, now we're just gonna keep going. This I think is later in Act 8. I might be wrong. I think it might be like Act 8.2. But I think these fights are a little bit chunkier than the first one that I did, but we close it out just fine. So next up we are going to be fighting against Hyperion. Overseer is one of my favorite non-mystic Hyperion counters because you have the taunt on the heavy attack to get him throwing special attacks, and his power gain is so potent that you're constantly gaining gamma power. And then once you're fully ramped, you can stun lock him to death and finish him out. So it's just it's an all-around good time. I wanted to show off that like you can knock them down when they have a bunch of special concussions on them and then block their special, and then that would just supercharge your gamma power because the rise to power node is failing continuously. But I wasn't able to get that lined up and it wouldn't have mattered because the opponent's dead by the time, or I'm fully ramped by the time I can actually do that. So I don't know, I thought it would be funny to do, but yeah, it is what it is. Overseer's taunt is just amazing. It's his design is just so good. He's got taunt on the heavy, disorient on the special 2, stun on the special 1, just an all-around great kit. Next up we have Dr. Doom on the same nodes, these rise to power nodes. So we are just gonna try to play this fight, you know, the normal Doctor Doom style. The only thing that sucks is that we do not have Mystic Dispersion here benefiting us and pushing him to specials very frequently. But you know, it is what it is. You just have to try to weave in a you know, an intercept. But we get another heavy attack there. I'm not sure why I did the heavy instead of just a normal like combo, but I think we go for the special 3 here. We just need this guy to throw one more special 1. He takes forever to do it. It's like he knows when his aura is going to fall off, which is just annoying. Like right here, he could have thrown it, but he throws it here. Once the aura is gone, we get a special 1 because we suck, and we parry special 3, just like we did in the first Doctor Doom fight in this video. Drop the special 3. I love this animation so much. I always wonder where, oh, I was gonna say I always wonder where the surfboard goes, but it like boomerangs back into his hand. I don't use the special 3 much anymore. It's been a while. But Doctor Doom's done. Pretty solid fight there. And then next up we have, I think it's a spite node. So Overseer obviously gains buffs, and he can have buffs up for like not an indefinite duration, but you can refresh them or regain them, so you constantly have like 100% uptime on them. So that means they have constant ability power rate. So there's also Foresight here that we will play into just to show you guys how well he scales with modified attack. But I'm trying to trigger Dex here, and then I realized it's not working. So I'm just I'm not gonna bother with it. I don't want to hit or block too much, but yeah, now that we triggered Dex, it's almost like we're getting Mystic Dispersion on all these defenders, because while we like Dex the special attack, they have the power gain from Spite, so it's like a mini form of Mystic Dispersion, I guess. Not really, but if you guys play Overseer, you know what I mean. But now we are at 6 gamma power, so we just need to go in with a special 2, drop that, and then she's right under a bar of power. We get the nice little stand-up intercept there. I love how it counted as an intercept for Foresight, and she's done after this special 1. So that was probably my favorite fight in the video, just solely due to how it worked out, because she stood up and he went and it was pretty funny. This fight I kind of suck in. I eat a special 2, but we don't do retakes around here. I just show you guys what I get, unless it's like a bad Battlegrounds match where I screw up. I'm not gonna put like bad footage there, but if it's story content and I eat a special 2 and I don't die, I'm not gonna cut that out. There's no point in doing something like that. But yeah, this is just the same strategy as the Jane Foster fight. Now he's, you know, passively gaining power from the Spite node. We just need this dude to throw a special attack, and he finally throws it. Now we drop the special 2 here. Boom. Now we need him to throw a special 1. He does. So now we are cooking. I try to get an intercept here. Doesn't play into me. I do a just basic combo into a special 1. And I go here thinking I could get him to play into me, and he just doesn't play into me. But we close out the fight anyways. I thought that was funny. I went for a little light attack, and then he just like does his spin special 2. So yeah, Ghost Rider's the last fight of this video, so I'm gonna start wrapping up the video. If you guys did enjoy this video, or you enjoy this like style of content that I do, let me know in the comments below. I'm trying to think of some fun comment to make you guys leave. Maybe type Gamma Power OP down below to let me know that you made it this far in this video, because you know, it helps me see how many people actually sit and watch the whole video. Last time we did that on the Future Ant-Man video, it was really cool to see like 100 comments just come in, and it's like they all said lockdown. I was pretty happy with it. So let's do that this video. Just type Gamma Power OP if you made it this far and you enjoyed the video. But now that this fight is pretty much over with, if you enjoyed, hit like, sub if you're new, comment that phrase down below, and I will see you guys for the next video or stream. Peace out.